How's it going, guys? It's Final Render here. Once again, I've got to give a huge thank you to you guys. The amount of subscribers and views that have been coming in and the amount of appreciation for the videos, it's been absolutely incredible. Currently we're sitting at 1,250 subscribers. Just a few days ago it was less than 1,000, but now not only have we broken 1,000, but we're well on our way to 2,000 subscribers as well. So thanks very much, guys. Greatly appreciate it. And let's get on with the video, where we're going to be doing something a bit different. So today, we're not going to be making a giant town like Rivet City or Megaton. Today, we are going to go to the smallest little place in Fallout 4. We are going to go to Homeplate, which is an apartment you can buy for 2,000 caps down in Diamond City. And it doesn't actually look too bad. I actually think it's okay. But the floor is a bit naff, the walls are a bit grey, and lots of people don't like it because you actually can't build an awful lot of stuff. You can't do walls, you can't do floors and everything I've read. But this is building with mods, so we're going to be building floors and walls in this place. What do you say? Let's make the most highly decorated place possible. So, carrying on for what I just said, Homeplate full workbench mod actually gives you access to a full workbench inside Homeplate. As I said, I think you can only do decorations pretty much originally. I read someone saying you can't even put a stove in there, but I never tried, so it doesn't matter. So now using the place everywhere, I'm able to put down these wooden floors all across the entire place just to cover that nasty looking floor. It's okay for a texture, but it looks horrible and nasty, and not what I want in my lovely home. And now, the plan with putting the floors down was to use alternate settlements to snap on this carpet texture, which I think looks really good. I love the carpet texture, but I'm having a lot of trouble with it. It's just only attaching to maybe a third of the floor. So instead, again using alternate settlements, I changed all the wooden floor to be different sized colored floors instead, so I can have separate rooms depending on the floor. Top tip, if you're going to do something like this, use the smallest tile possible. Makes it much easier, snapping wise. And then, alternate settlements again, I'm going to have these big thick wooden door panels just to cover up all of the brick. I'm not covering up every inch of it, I'm only covering up where it makes sense. So if there's parts of metal, etc., I will leave that exposed, or some of the concrete in the middle, but for the most part I will be just covering the floors and walls with wood. And this is a really nice dark wood texture. It actually makes a nice warm homely feel, and that's what I'm going to be doing with Homeplate. I'm going to be trying to make a really nicely decorated warm home, not like a giant metal settlement, but just a nice welcoming place where the lone wanderer can be by themselves as opposed to running a town. And then alternate settlements, I have got this marble texture which I'm going to be using to make the bathroom. And the bathroom is separate through the central area, which is going to be the dining room, and where you enter originally in the building, that is the through lounge, which is going to have the sofa, the computer, everything like that. Everything I would have in a front lounge anyway. So yeah, it's looking pretty good already. The bathroom is done, the main living area is done, the floors are done, and it's actually starting to look quite nice already. So now using Homemaker, I'm going to decorate the bathroom. Homemaker has got loads of nice little decorations which you can put in, and I'm just going to be spamming this place with decorations. There's not much to build, so I'm just going to be decorating. OCDecorator Static Loot has added an awful lot of stuff, such as in the toilet area I've got toothpaste and soap on the counter, I've got towel racks, I've got plungers. I've got so much decorations in there, and it's so nice just from a single mod. I love it. And here, we're going to be building the dining area. The dining area is just going to be a simple little kitchen area. Nothing too fancy in terms of building, but I'm going to put a lot of effort into making it look good. Using Business Settlements 1.8 Standalone, I have got hundreds of signs and posts to fill this place with. And they are so good looking. Really are good looking, and when you take into account that I've also covered the walls with a beige texture, it looks like a really nice clean room now as opposed to a rusty metal nasty storehouse pretty much. That's what it looked like Homeplate was. And I've put loads of time and attention into just making sure all the plates have got several kinds of food on them and all of the knives and forks are arranged straight, and my OCD has gone crazy with this settlement, I tell you that. Just so that adding lots of little decorations just sells the place. It makes it look so much better. Even with this one, this is Eli's Craftable Flower Pots, and these are really nice little things. You never really think about it, but just adding flowers to the place makes it look so much better. You know, even if you're a bloke like me and you think, I don't use flowers, makes the place look better, trust me. And here's a cool one, Craftable Fire Shadow Lights. This is the mod which adds loads of little lanterns and fire pits to your settlements, and they've got really nice harsh looking shadows on them, and it looks brilliant in this kind of wooden aesthetic. It looks kind of like a cabin campfire almost. And I tried several different kind of arrangements of furniture in the living room, but I could never be happy. I tried like maybe 3 or 4 different arrangements of sofas and fire pits and televisions, but in the end I decided to put it right up by the door in this little cubby area. Wanted a rug, didn't have any rugs I liked, so I got the main daisy rug, and using the command console I increased its scale to an extra half to make it actually fill the floor. And then also I had a nice new jukebox in there. I believe that's from Homemaker, the jukebox, and it's animated and it looks beautiful. We need a computer. It's me. You know, if it was my decision, I would actually have like a triple 27-inch monitor setup, but it's not me. It's Fallout version of me, and they don't have LCDs in there. And now I'm just putting loads of little attention into putting lots of little crimscrams and stuff on my tables. But here, Craftable DLC Paintings. Look at these. These are really nice. These are made by Eleonora, who also made the flower pots earlier. And these are really nice pictured frames. And this is so cool. Boston Bighead standalone signs. All of those little badges which you see spinning the loading screens of all the perks, they have now made them an actual sign which you can decorate with. They look so high quality, the model meshes are really nice and the texturing is perfect. I'm so glad someone actually put those into the game to use as the settlement decorations. Looks lovely. Here's a cool one, auto doors. It adds a little box which you can put onto all of your doors so that your doors will open automatically as you run at them. That's a nice idea. You've just got to believe me that I'm not pressing A to actually open the door. It is opening it by itself. You just got to take my word for it, or download the mod because it's free after all. So that's all the kind of main rooms actually done. Don't get stuck on the plant pot. All of the main rooms are actually done and the decorations are in place. Something I've definitely learned by doing this series is spend time on decoration. It makes the place so much better. It makes it so much more believable than just having an empty room. Even if your room has got really nice wooden textures on the walls, etc., putting decorations there just makes it so much nicer. It actually feels like a home now. It's not just a little rusty box somewhere in Diamond City. This is a really nice place to live now. In fact, I think this is actually my new favourite place to live. It's where I'm going to be living for, well, the rest of my playthrough in Fallout 4, actually, I think. Because it's all very nice to make giant settlements, but sometimes you just need a little place for yourself. Here we're now going to do some stuff on the bedroom. Not too much, don't really have much space for that, but using the Lover's Luxury bed, I'm able to have this bed. It's nothing fancy as a bed, it is just a bed, you know, you go up to it and you sleep on it, but it's actually quite nicely designed. It's got a gun under the pillow and stuff. It's got Marilyn Monroe on the covers for some reason, but it works within the law, I think. Think about Fallout stuff, Pinups, yeah, Marilyn Monroe should be there. And now I needed a pet. Craftable cats. I've featured this before. For a milk bottle, you can get a cat. But then I decided to get a Deathclaw instead. Using Placeable NPCs, you can make a Deathclaw which is friendly. If you remember a few videos back, I tried to make a petting zoo using Deathclaws, but they killed all of the settlers. So that video didn't work. Check it out if you want to, it's a cool video. But now, using this mod, I can have my own little Deathclaw. Shrink it down using the command console, and now I've got a tiny little pet Deathclaw. Look how cute it is. And here, check this out, he throws a rock. I don't know why he did that, but he actually threw it at the cat and killed the cat. Only had this Deathclaw for about 30 seconds and already he's killing the cat. Horrible. So going back to some of the more decorating, just going to use some of the more signs that I had in the Business Settlements mod. And here is a really nice one. Where did I put that? This just adds hundreds, well maybe not hundreds, dozens of signs written in marker pen and put on with some gaffer tape that you can put onto the walls and items in your settlement. It's got things like chems, types T45 armor, T60 armor signs, etc., ammo storage, so you can label all of your shelves and compartments. Really nice mod. Makes it quite believable actually, just a little simple thing like that. And it really makes me want to go into effort to actually decorate stuff, to actually go in and actually have compartments for all my ammo and for my chems, etc. So, now that that's been done, I think it's all complete. Well, it's kind of hard for me to say it's complete at this point because, as always, I can always think of hundreds of things I could do to improve this, mostly just by adding more and more and more stuff to make it even more believable and aesthetic. But my goal with this place was to make a really nice, warm looking settlement. And you know what? I think I've done that. This is going to be a place purely for the lone wanderer, just to be by herself with a dead cat and a death claw. And I really like it, guys. I hope you liked it too. So if you are new here, guys, tell me, what did you think of the video? What did you think of the mods? Do you think I've made Homeplate an actual nice place, because seeing as everybody seems to hate it? And if you did like it, maybe check out some of my other videos, such as my Rivet City video, my Megaton video, or my Petting Zoo video. I'm sure you'll like that. And if you're new, don't be afraid to say hello with a comment and also subscribe. I'm sure you'll be very welcomed. Everyone has actually been so kind in the comments. Everyone's really nice. So thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been Final Render, and I'll see you next time.